Hi everybody and welcome back to English practice and exercise video for advanced learners of English. Maybe not exactly advanced learners of English, but definitely not for a beginner. And this video gives you exercises on the difference between the present perfect and the simple past. And it's the first in a series on the present perfect or the simple past. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before you do this video, I want you to remember one thing. You can do this for the first time only once. So if you do this, or when you do this, you want to be absolutely prepared. So please revise your grammar. The things that you need to know in this video is the present perfect. I've already finished my homework. Can I go and watch TV now? You need to know that I've already finished my homework is a sentence in the simple present perfect. You need to know how to produce it, and you need to know how to use it. And you need to know your stuff about the simple past. I did my homework yesterday in the simple past. You need to know how to produce the simple past and also how to use the simple past. Because I will actually not give you too many details on the grammar in this video. It's an almost pure exercise video. Now, if you feel that there's some shaping up to do and that you need to get back into your grammar, you can do this, of course, with our videos. You can, for example, contact our homepage, Bildunginteraktiv.com. You can click on English Prüfungsvorbereitung, and on the page that opens, you can click on English Grammatik. You will be taken straight to the page where we have our grammar videos, and there's also videos for exercises for beginners, standard exercises in those grammar videos. So please revise your grammar before you continue. But if you know your stuff, we can actually start. Now, this is your task in this video. You will be given a series of sentences on the next page. Take out a pen and a paper and rewrite the sentences on the next page. Correct any mistakes. Rewrite the sentences on the next page and please correct any mistakes. And they're all mistakes concerning the tense, present perfect, or simple past. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your page. There's a couple of things for you to do now. Get out a pen and a paper, please. Hit the pause button and stop the video and rewrite these sentences. Make them correct, put in the correct tense. And when you've done that, you start the video and then we actually talk about these sentences and do the corrections. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please stop the video and do your exercise. All right, so you had a couple of things to do. Let's start with the first sentence. Can you please phone for an ambulance? I've broken my arm. We actually put in a present perfect, and in this sentence, this is absolutely correct. Why do you need a present perfect here? You need a present perfect because the present perfect usually connects you to the present tense, and the order or the suggestion, can you please phone an ambulance, only makes sense with the broken arm. So this brings you right to the present. I've broken my arm, so now can you please phone for an ambulance. So you need the present perfect here in that first sentence, a correct sentence. Let's do the next one. Armstrong has walked on the moon in 1969. We actually put in a present perfect, and in this case the present perfect is not correct. There needs to be a simple past. Armstrong walked on the moon in 1969. This is a simple past you need here. Why is that so? Well, actually it was in 1969. There is no connection to the present, at least not mentioned in that sentence. The action of walking on the moon is long finished. So there is no connection between the past and the present here. So you need a simple past. Armstrong walked on the moon in 1969. Let's go for the next one. When I was a child, I've never been late for school. Again, when I was a child, I've never been late for school. Now this when I was a child is a past tense, and this is correct because the period when I was a child is over for a long time. So you need the past tense here. Now for the second one, we've put in a present perfect. I've never been late for school. And here, the present perfect, I have to tell you, is wrong. You need a past tense. Why is that so? Well, we usually teach our students that never is a signal word for the present perfect, not in this case. Why? Because these I've never been late for school, or I was never late for school, which is the correct sentence, refers only to the period when I was a child. So it's restricted to that past period when I was a child, and only there it goes. So it's when I was a child, I was never late for school. So you want to be careful with that. Never, it's not always, and it's not automatically a signal word for the present perfect. Here, it's a simple past. Let's continue. It's time for your homework. Have you girls finished lunch yet? We put in a present perfect, and this is correct. Why is that so? Now, have you girls finished lunch yet? Question here. Now, the yet is almost always a signal word for the present perfect, and it also refers to the present. Okay, that it's time for your homework now. So have you girls finished lunch yet? We need a connection here. So in this case, the have you girls finished lunch yet brings you to the present. It's time for your homework, and this is why you have a present perfect here. Also, yet as a time word is totally different from Armstrong walking on the moon in 1969. 1969 is a very specific period of time, and with specific periods of time we use the past tense usually, and yet is a totally unspecific word. It's an unspecified period of time, and this is usually some indicator for the present perfect. It's time for your homework. Have you girls finished lunch yet? You need a present perfect. Let's continue. Early this week, the police arrested 2 suspects. Simple past, yes, absolutely. Early this week. Early this week here means it's been for a while. It's been a while since that happened. A couple of days ago, maybe. It's also finished, and it's a quite clear time frame that we have here. It's not an unspecific word like yet. No, it's early this week. We know when it happened, and we know when it happened. You see that when it happened, past tense. Early this week, the police arrested 2 suspects. And the next one. You already bought enough new video games this year. This is the past tense, and it's wrong. You need a present perfect. It's you've already bought enough new video games this year. Now, the this year, I grant you, it's a quite specific time word actually, but it goes right up to now, and that's the important point here. You've already bought enough video games this year means over the whole year until now. You've already bought enough video games, and clearly understood in that sentence is the information in the present. You will not buy any more video games, so it brings you right into the present. And even though that sentence in the present is not mentioned here, it's kind of inside as a background information. You've already bought enough video games this year. I'm not going to buy you any more. You will not buy any other video game. Present perfect. Let's continue. I didn't see Peter since he's arrived last week. This is totally wrong. Pretty much everything. You need to put in I haven't seen Peter since he arrived last week. So I haven't seen Peter. You need that present perfect here, and arrived is your past tense. Let's talk about that past tense first. This is easy. Last week is over. There is no connection. Peter arrived last week. All right, so this is clearly a simple past. I haven't seen Peter since last week, since he arrived last week, means I still haven't seen him, and this brings me right into the present, right up to now. I haven't seen Peter since he arrived last week. You need the present perfect and then the past tense. So present perfect here. All right, and the next one. At the party, he wore really funny clothes. We put in a simple past. That's all right. No problem with the simple past here. At the party, I'm clearly referring to some period in the past. Doesn't really matter when that it does actually matter when that happened. It does not need to be stated in the sentence. We know that the party happened at some specific time. And this is the important point, and this already says you need the simple past here and not the present perfect. The party happened at a specific time. We don't even need to know when it happened. We need to know that it happened, and then it was a specific time, and it's over, and there is no connection to the present mentioned in that sentence. At the party, he wore really funny clothes. Simple past. There's been such a cold wind. We've been inside all day. You know how this works now. We put in a present perfect and it's okay. We've been inside all day means we're still inside. And this is right here, present, and it started in the past, inside all day until now. We've been inside all day. This is a clear case for the present perfect. I never saw anyone play hockey so well in my entire life. We have another never here. I never saw anyone play hockey so well in my entire life. We put in a simple past, which is wrong. In this case, never is a signal word for the present perfect. It's I've never seen anyone play hockey so well in my entire life. Now here, the I've never seen anyone play hockey goes right up to now in that sentence. It brings me into the present tense. I've never seen anyone play hockey so in my entire life. I've even put that in for you to help you a little bit. So here the never brings you right up to now. And this is why we need the present perfect. Let's do the next one. His arm was badly hurt, but he decided to continue the race. Past tense, both times, and both past tenses are correct. Let's see. His arm was badly hurt, but he decided to continue the race. So there's a couple of things we can actually that show us we need a simple past here. First of all, it's one action after the other in the past tense. So we have one action that happens as a consequence of the other right after. But he decided to continue the race. This already tells you this is a simple past. It's also finished actions. There's also no connection to the present tense, at least not here, not in that sentence, which also tells you it's a simple past. And when we talk about when that happened, yes, there is no mention when the arm was badly hurt, but when an arm is badly hurt, it happens at a specific time. And the second one here, he decided to continue. This clearly happens after that first one, so it gives you a time period. So it's three explanations why we need the simple past in those two sentences. And the next one. Oh no, I lost my keys. This is a total classic. Oh no, I lost my keys. We put in the simple past. That's wrong. I lost my keys yesterday. Yes, of course. Then you need the simple past. Now, here you need the present perfect. Why is that so? Why is it, oh no, I've lost my keys? The moment I say, oh no, it kind of suggests I've just noticed. So this is now. I've lost my keys is also important for the present, and because the loss of my keys is actually it's horrible. Okay, how can I open the door of my car now? Oh no, I've lost my keys. I just realized I've lost my keys. This has a connection to the present, and it's also horror, and this is what I feel now. And I lost my keys yesterday may suggest that I already know this for a while. But if I just realize, oh no, exclamation mark, I've lost my keys, put in the present perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and then we have I know a lot about the USA. I've lived there for the past years. This is a present perfect, and it's correct. You know how this works now. I've lived there for the past years clearly suggests that this is the reason why I know a lot about the USA, so it brings us to the present. And it may also be that I still live there. That can actually be read into that sentence. I've lived there for some years and I'm still living there. Could be. So it's present perfect, and I know a lot about the USA. This is the present tense. So the reason is I've lived there for the past years, and present perfect. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was a lot of work. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you around next time or with the next video. And until then, I say bye bye and have a good time.